Hi, welcome to PRC's online training library. My name is Yolanda Hensley. I am your client services representative here at Premier Reverse Closing. And this training is going to cover the different ways that you can verify property information, search for, and pull property profiles through TitlePro247. This is a web-based application. The website address is TitlePro247.com. And you will need a username and password to access the application. If you need user credentials, you can send an email request to clientservices@prclosings.com, and one of our team will be sure to get you set up. When we set you up, we will limit you to a certain amount of credits per month. Each property profile pool is 1 credit, and those credits do reset on the first of each month. Once you log in, this is what your home screen will look like, and the tabs that you'll work through are across the top left here. Property search is going to be where you'll pull your property profiles from and verify information. The other tab that you can use through this platform is premium leads. That's going to be your farming tool, where you can customize your own mailing list. That'll be a different training available on our training library. This drop down here is going to show you the different ways that you can search for your property. You can search by owner name, site or mailing address, APN, and intersection. And for today's training purposes, I'm going to go ahead and show you quick examples of each, just so you know how they work. When you search by owner name, this is going to basically pull up all the properties that that owner owns in whatever location you're searching. For the location, you can search by city and state, county, zip code. You can do a statewide search just by entering the entire, the name of your state. You can also do a nationwide search. And that's pretty cool. I'll actually show you an example of a nationwide search here. We like to use Goldie Hawn just because we know she owns quite a few properties throughout the United States. It's not that she's got an open order with us. But once you click find, you'll notice that there are pins dropped on the map. And as you hover over these pins, it's going to provide you with some free information. So this is a great way to just verify ownership of a property, to verify a property address. You can also get the APN number and the property use type, so it'll let you know if it's a single family residence, if it's a condominium, if it's vacant land, etc. And again, this is free information. This will not cost you a credit. No credits will be deducted until you actually click on report. Another example of how you can verify property information, I'm going to go ahead and just type in the name of a street. And notice that when I type in my city, I'm going to get this little pick list here. It's good to go ahead and select from the pick list. Otherwise, if you're searching by city and state, the system is very picky. So you'll want to make sure that you've got a comma and a space between your city and state. Otherwise, for whatever reason, and like I said, this system is very sensitive. If you don't have that space in there, or that comma and that space, it's gonna tell you that that property is not located. So I am doing a search on just a street. So again, you've got your pins on this street, Fairbanks in Roseville. So this is free information again. You can just hover over these pins and verify whatever information you need to. Notice that this map is interactive. You can move it around however you would like to. And you can also hover over any of these parcel overlays. You can click on any of these properties, and once that little house appears, you can hover over that house and you'll get your free information on that property. So that's a pretty cool feature. And this also works for vacant land. And speaking of vacant land, this intersection search is a really good tool if you're not sure yet of a property address. If you know the street names the cross streets, you can also do a search by that intersection. And I'll show you an example here. What you would do is type in the two street names separated by the word and then your location. This again is in Roseville, California. I'm going to select that from my pick list and click find. And what that'll do is it's going to drop a star on your intersection, your cross streets. Make this a little bit bigger. And then again, you just click on a parcel overlay and you can hover over that little house once it appears and you can get your property information. And again, this is free information, no credits deducted until you click on report. So now I'll go ahead and show you what a property report looks like, a property profile report. I'm going to go ahead and enter a full address here. And again, I will select from my pick list here. If your property address that you enter is a direct hit, you're going to get this little pop-up box. And basically what this is showing you is all the information that will be included within your property profile report. So you'll have your cover sheet, a property profile, or a profile cover sheet. This basically is all the property details. Quick comps, detailed comps, plat map, transaction history. If you wanted, you can have foreclosure activity and nearby neighbors within there. You can select and deselect any of these that you wish to have included. And once you are happy with what's going to come back in your property profile report, you can just click OK. And then your property profile will appear shortly. One thing to note, because this is a credit-based application through PRC, it's kind of a good habit to get into that once your profile information comes up, that you convert it to PDF by clicking on this link up here at the top. What that's going to do is enable you to save a PDF to your computer. If you were to pull a property profile report, you can view it as many times as you wanted to within a 24-hour period at no additional credit, no additional charge. But if you were to need to go back and view it after that 24-hour period, an additional credit would be deducted. So it's kind of a good habit to get into, that as soon as this page comes up, just go ahead and convert it to PDF and save it to your computer. So this is your cover page. This is basically just going to give you a summary of the property address that you just pulled up. The next page will be the property details page, and this is going to show you the current owner information. It'll show you where they receive their mail. It will show you the actual site address here. It'll provide an APN, an abbreviated legal description. Then the next section is going to show you the last sale of record. So it'll have the last sale date, the document instrument number, the sale amount, the seller's information. And then you'll have your tax and assessment information here. So that's going to have your land values, your assessed values. It's also going to show you the current tax status. So whether or not your taxes are paid current, if they're delinquent or defaulted. And then your property characteristics will be located below that. So bedrooms, bathrooms, your built, property type will be located here. And then you'll have your aerial map showing you exactly where your property is located on the map. The next page or pages will be your transaction history. So this will be a history of the last sales, so the last deeds on the property and the last deeds of trust on the property going back to 1998. And a very cool feature that TitlePro247 has, it will also show you assignments of deeds of trust, releases, and satisfactions going back to 2005. So this is where your transaction history will be located. You'll notice that these documents here are hyperlinked. Because I'm an admin, I've got access to pull these documents, but unfortunately, we do not give you, our clients, access to pull documents simply because we've got a different platform that we can pull documents from for a lower cost. So if you see a document that you need a copy of, you can send us an email and we'll be happy to pull that for you. After the transaction history comes the sales comparables. So that'll start with a map showing you where your subject property is located and then where your sales comparables are located in proximity to your property. And then you'll have a quick view of your sales comparables and then a detailed view. And basically this detailed view is going to show you a little bit more information. It's going to show you the buyer and seller's names, the legal description, property type, just expanding a little bit further on the information available. If you need to or wish to customize your comparables a little bit further, this button here, change comparable preferences, you can click on this and you can adjust your, you can adjust your preferences here. So you can limit your comparables that come back to as few as 5 returns or as many as 30. And you can include bank sold properties and REOs if you wish. I'm only looking for valid sales on all my sales comparables, so I've only got that option checked. And if you want to customize them even further, you can click on Custom Comparables, and you can go back to how far out you would like your comps to be, go back a year, go back 2 months, and also your radius. And any of these criteria here you can adjust and then just click Save. And that will adjust your sales comparables just for this one property profile. And a little bit later, I'll show you where you can actually set defaults for all of your reports to be set at the same defaults for the sales comps pools. And then the next item will be your assessor map. If you had checked the foreclosure activity and nearby neighbors, those would be the following pages as well. So that's what your property profile will look like. A couple housekeeping items I'd like to go over. This green tools button is going to be your one of your best friends. This is where you're going to find your most recent property profile reports. Recent property reports, you can just click here. This is going to list the last 15 property profiles that you searched. When they're blue hyperlinked, you can view them again. But as I said, as I noted here, if within the initial 24-hour period, no credit will be deducted. However, if you want to view that same property again after that 24-hour period, and the additional credit will be deducted. Preferences here. This is a great place to start once you get your account set up. This first tab, Profile, this is going to be your personal information, so you can update whatever information here. You can also upload a logo and a photo if you wish, and that'll be on all of your profile cover sheets. And you can also include a message, a greeting for all of your reports. This Reports tab here is where you can customize your defaults for what's going to be contained within your property profiles. So I know a lot of loan officers, when they're pulling property information, all they want to see is sales comps and transaction history. You can set up a default to only show that information and just click Save, and that's all you'll get in all of your profile reports. You can also set defaults for your sales comparables here. So if you wanted to customize those and you always wanted your sales to be back a year and your radius to be, a quarter mile from your subject property, or any of these to be customized, you can do that here. I've got mine on auto comparables. I just prefer them that way. But you can do whatever adjustments here that you would like, and then just save, and that'll be a default for all of your profile reports going further from here on out. Other things to note, although this doesn't apply to property profile reports, but this is where you'll locate any farms that you've created and purchased. Those will be your recent farm downloads. Saved criteria will also be for your farms. This is for farms that you've searched and created but haven't purchased yet, you can pull that information up again when you're ready to purchase, and that'll auto-populate all of your search criteria. Account status. If you're wondering how many credits you've been allotted per month, you can check that here. It'll show you how many you're entitled to per month, how many you've used, and what you've got remaining. And again, those reset on the 1st of every month. And that's all you would care to look at on this page here for your account status. You can change your password here as well. And this is pretty cool. Geographic coverage. I mentioned that for the transaction history on the property profile report, that the sales or the deeds and the deeds of trust go back to the year 1995, and the assignments and releases go back to 2005. If you were curious to know how current the records are that we have within TitlePro247, you can click on any state on this map, and it's going to give you a breakdown of all the counties, and it's going to let you know how current those records are. So the property that I searched was in Placer County, and you'll see that Placer County is current to April 13th. And California, for the most part, is pretty current. But again, like I said, you can click on any state on the map, and it'll show you per county how current the records are in TitlePro247. Okay, and that is it. So for a quick recap, this drop down here is going to show you the different ways that you can search for your subject property. Real good habit to get into that once your information comes up, you convert it to a PDF and save that information to your computer so you're not dinged or deducted another credit for viewing the report or whatever information you pulled up, you know, a day or two later. Tools, this green button here is where you can change your password, where you can set your default, where you can view your last property profile reports that have been pulled, where you can find that geographic coverage and see how current your or how current TitlePro247 is within the county that you're searching. And then account status if you're curious to know how many profile pools you have remaining. And that is it. If you have any questions or if you are in need of user credentials, you can send an email to clientservices@prclosings.com. And again, one of our team will get you set up right away. And if you have any questions, you can also give us a call at 800-542-4113. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time. We truly value your partnership and your business. Have a great day. Thank you.